So we grew as a company about 15% compounded annual for about 12 years. And in the last 2 years post-COVID or throughout COVID, about a 70% compounded annual growth rate over the last 2 years. In fact, finishing fiscal year 22 in September of this year at a 91% growth rate over last year. And our market is such that, we're taking a lot of share because of our focus, and we see long-term a significant amount of opportunity for ourselves. We released numbers and a forecast for fiscal year for 23. We're continuing our growth at another 40 to 45%.
I don't know if you've published it anywhere, but can you share what you think your market penetration is in community broadband? Are you looking at a sort of a 75% market share?
There hasn't been an independent study, so it's a guess. But Ryan Kuntz at Needham identified he felt that we were about a 50% share.
Okay.
And I think that number can go in a lot of different directions. But I think what is more telling is that the Fiber Broadband Association has indicated that the market is growing at about 13% for the numbers of homes passed and connected, and Clearfield grew 91% last year. We're taking share somewhere. That's right. That means we're going to continue. I think why we're growing and why we will continue to grow.
Okay, I'm going to turn it over.
I think we'll have an opportunity to continue to increase our share price moving forward.
Awesome. There was a representative, Thomas Massey, Kentucky, it looks like. I don't know if you saw this tweet. Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
It says, oh, you did? Okay. Great. I just lost half of my earpiece, but for those who are not familiar, it says Starlink is on the verge of making 90% of government financed rural internet initiatives obsolete. Most people don't understand how revolutionary Starlink internet service is. I predict it will double rural land values in the United States. 29,000 likes. So it got spread around a little bit and perhaps, I don't know, maybe impacted your stock. So just wanted you to give a chance to respond to that.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. And Starlink was awarded, a significant chunk of that, a little over $1 billion. But when they came to actually prove the performance threshold that they bid within the auction, they failed, and they were not allowed to receive that funding. So, the proof is in the pudding, and I just have not seen them make any good pudding.
Can you talk about, at least with Minnesota and Mexico, sort of what your max capacity is there? Can it handle, say, the 400 or close to 400 million target you have for 2023? And
I am very comfortable with our forecast for fiscal year 23 with the footprint we have, and for more than 1 year beyond, and then we can add space as necessary and or potentially proactively for the right opportunity. The BEAD program is $100 billion, about half of it going into CapEx, about half of it going into subsidies so that the consumer can improve their take rates. And as take rates, are enhanced through those programs, Clearfield's in a really great position to take advantage because we're close to 800 people now in our Mexican plant, which is more than double where we were a year ago. And we're continuing to look at that facility and how to be able to continue to expand, another 50% over the course of the next year.
What is the sort of the latest timetable or, again, inflection point for, say, 5G small cell deployment and backhaul?
Mm-hmm. A long time from now.
Okay. So
we're best positioned for the rural markets of the rural ILECs, of Canada, and absolutely have seen strong growth in the Canadian market. And I think because of the harshness, the harsh environment, and the way our products were designed for harsh environment deployment, we actually have definitely an opportunity for that new funding. the,
Okay, and I know this is not apples to apples completely, but it seems like in the last 3 or 4 quarters, you've been, your revenue's been about running 50 to maybe 58% of your backlog. So if this happens, there may be a quarter or two in your fiscal 2023 where you may see revenue bump up to 75, 80, 85% of your backlog number. Is that fair to say?
yeah, mhm.
Okay. Hey, going back to, so if you have your supplier sort of front run some of your assembly, what does that impact to margins? Is that going to keep it about the same, or are you going to have to pay a little bit more?
No, we won't do anything that we want to work with customers who are our suppliers that are going to be at our price or lower.
Okay, got it. That Cowan was part of one of the book runners. So does that mean that, we could hopefully see, Cowan start coverage here pretty soon?
That would be their past practice.
Yeah, good to hear. Okay.